So this is my assignment 2. First I'm going to talk about the hardware. So in the hardware I'm using 3 potentiometers which are connected to the A0, A1, A2 analog pins, and LED and the push button. The push button is connected to the digital pin 3 and LED is connected to the digital pin 4. So let's see how the project works. So initially this is I'm running the code. Now this is the GUI which appears when the code is run for the first time. So first of all we need to connect the Arduino and press this connect Arduino button. Now it asks for the port number. So I have connected the Arduino to my port 3. So I'm entering COM3. You need to wait for some time for the connection to be established. So this message is popped up which says that the connection is established. Okay, so now the connection is established. Now we need to calibrate the potentiometers. For that, I'm going to now calibrate the potentiometer 1. So I have clicked the potentiometer 1. Now we need to move the potentiometer in initial position, quarter, half, and 3/4 and full positions. Now my potentiometer 1 is at initial position. So I'm reading the value at the initial position, which says the initial position for the potentiometer is 2. Now I'm turning the potentiometer in the quarter way. So I'm reading it again. It is 209. So now again I am turning this potentiometer to the halfway. So I'm reading it again. It is 522. The 3/4 way. It is 847. And at the full position, it is 965. So after completing the full rotation of the potentiometer, it asks for to read the next potentiometer. So I have pressed OK. Now I have clicked potentiometer 2, and which is the potentiometer 2 is at initial position. So I'm reading the potentiometer 2 which is at initial position. So the initial position is at the value of the potentiometer is 0. Now I'm moving it to the quarter way. The value is 258 and turning it to the halfway. Now the value is 533 and the 3/4 turn, it is 788, and at the full position it is 951. So it asks for the next potentiometer to read. Click on OK and select the potentiometer 3. As the potentiometer 3 is at initial position, I'm reading the potentiometer 3 reading. So the initial position is at 0, and at quarter way the potentiometer reading is 209, and at halfway it is 535, and at 3/4 way it is 829, and at the full position, at the full position it is 1016. Now you have completed all the potentiometers reading the value. Now you need to press start to actually process the calibration. So when you start the push button, the calibration takes place. Now these potentiometer values are calibrated. Now click on plot 1 to view the calibrated graph of potentiometer 1. So you can see in this graph the red cross and the blue line are almost same, which says that it is calibrated accurately. Now at plot 2 you can also see that potentiometer is calibrated, and plot 3 potentiometer 3 is calibrated good. So let's start controlling the Puma robot with the potentiometer. For that I need to select the Puma 560 robot. So Puma 560 is plotted. Now I need to select the axis. First of all, I'm selecting the x-axis and press the hardware movement. So now I'm changing the potentiometer, and the x-axis, the value of the x-axis will be changing in the plot. As you can see, I'm moving the x-axis. You can also see the movement of the arm in the x-axis. So you can also see the LED is on, as it is reading the value from the potentiometer. Now I press the push button to stop reading it from the potentiometer. So LED is off. Now even if I change the potentiometer, the arm does not move. So again, now I want to show with the y-axis, same hardware movement. So it is plotted. Now I want to move the potentiometer, so it could move in the y-axis. You can see the arm is moving in the y-axis. Yeah. So now, as I'm pressing the stop button, now I'm selecting the axis Z. Now I'm again starting the hardware movement. As you can see, it is moving in the direction of Z. So again, it is, as it is reading the values from the potentiometer, the LED is on. Now I'm going to stop by pushing the push button. So the LED is off. So now I want to control all the axes with the 3 potentiometers. So now I'm selecting all 3 axes, and I'm starting the hardware movement. As you can see, the plot is the robot is plotted. Now I will control the x-axis by varying the first potentiometer. As you can see, the arm is moving in the x-axis. Now I want to change the y-axis. Now I want to change the z-axis. So like I'm using 3 potentiometers to like x for x, y and z. Again, now the LED is on, as it says the values are reading from the potentiometer. Now I'm going to stop by pushing the push button. So here completes the first part of the assignment, that is controlling the arms, the axis XYZ target position using the potentiometer. Now the second part of the assignment is to control the brightness of the image using using the potentiometer. So for that I am going to load the image by pressing load image. So like I found this image in the internet. Like this guy is freaking with the statue. I found this as a funny image, so I'm using it. So now I'm going to control this brightness of the image using the uh, potentiometer. For that you need to press the control button. So as the potentiometer is at initial value, that is the value is at 0, the image turned to black, you can see it, and also the LED is on, as it is reading the value from the potentiometer. Now I am changing the value of the changing the position of the potentiometer, so that you can see the changing the brightness in the image. So I am changing the, as you can see, the image brightness Please bear it. Yes. So as it is reading from the potentiometer, the LED is on. So now I'm going to stop by pushing the push button, and the image is saved at the last reading. So this done the project assignment 2.